Okay, Lieutenant. Are we detained? Are we detained?
Okay, but that doesn't answer my question, man. What's your name and badge number?
You guys are blocking our freedoms and liberties here, okay?
Truly. What's your badge number, man?
Give up my badge.
You don't give up your badge number.
Yeah,
It's actually it's Massachusetts state law you need to. Chapter 41, subsection 98D. It's all right. You clearly don't know the law, so when you go home tonight and you have some homework, look up chapter 41, subsection 98D. That'll properly show you how to identify. I don't have to be an attorney to know my rights. It's called the Constitution. Google provides plenty of information for that.
Google. Okay.
Yeah.
You think this is funny, just blocking us from doing our business?
To defend the Constitution.
This is not cool.
People like you and sovereign citizens like yourself.
Gentlemen, how we doing?
Good, sir. How you doing?
Doing fine until we get detained today illegally.
I'm Lieutenant McDermott with the Bridgewater Police Department. First of all, what we're going to do is we're going to ask you to start recording. We're going to confiscate your video recording equipment, and we're going to summon you into court for trespassing.
That's not how the trespass law works, sir.
We have to
September 30th, 2018, Old Colony Correctional Center in Bridgewater, Massachusetts. Two First Amendment auditors were recording inside a public facility when police suddenly escalated the situation. What started as a simple trespass warning quickly turned into a full arrest, raising serious questions about ID refusal, public recording rights, and police authority.
We have to be asked to leave first.
I'm under arrest?
I will leave, sir.
Under arrest for
I will leave, sir.
No.
Okay, guys, we're being arrested. Illegally arrested.
Really?
Thing. They're turning off our equipment.
Sir, I have in my back pocket here.
I have a bad shoulder, sir. Don't squeeze too hard. Ah, jeez, if you're hurting me.
You guys know how to turn those things off?
Hope you guys like lawsuits.
Under U.S. law, trespass generally requires a clear order to leave before enforcement. The auditors argued they were never properly trespassed, making the detention questionable. However, police may claim the correctional facility is a restricted area where recording can be limited. Massachusetts law does require officers to identify themselves upon request, which adds another layer of conflict. Final assessment: police conduct, C+. Citizen conduct, B+.
Right? Now, I can't control.
I'm gonna ask you guys to leave because you guys are disturbing operations up here. If you guys come in here, you guys videotape. You have here first we walk away and we're servicing this up, and that can't happen. So I'm gonna ask you guys to leave, so we won't have to deal with it. So your employees are actually
Hold on, before we continue, we appreciate the request for the argument tonight.
Let me further that. Just so you're aware, I just discussed with our legal unit about this exact situation, and myself as well as our legal unit is in agreement that this is not a typical public forum where someone would come and film and create a news story. The sidewalk is a typical public forum. So based on the representative's request, you can go to sidewalks, film from there, but this is not a typical public forum, a post office. So you are going to have to heed his request.
I understand. By typical, what exactly do you mean by typical? So somewhere normally people don't go do this. Is that what you're saying?
A typical public forum would be sidewalk.
So I mean,
A sidewalk, public property. This is not public property.
This is
public property in the sense that it's
Well,
through the court cases. Because again, I just spoke with our legal unit. He's researched this extensively.
Your post for Sutton by chance?
And let me.
no, this one.
Okay, so this isn't a typical public forum, meaning that it's not like the sidewalk where you would protest. A lot of people protest on the sidewalk, streets, things of that nature where they would get permits. This is the post office where people are coming to conduct lawful business. This would not constitute a public forum in the sense of protesting, producing public media, things of that nature. The sidewalk would be, streets would be when you get your permits, things of that nature.
I disagree with you. This is a public. You guys have you guys get money from the public, right? You guys get a bond every year, about 18 million last year, to be exact, around there, ballpark figure. So you guys get grant money from us, the taxpayers. You guys are an establishment that was established under the executive branch of our federal government as an independent, right? This is where the independent comes from. But you guys are an establishment that was established under our executive branch. So you guys do have a responsibility to we the people. Now that is in a publicly accessible area. right? In the lobby, it's publicly accessible. Anyone from the public may access it and go use their services, right? Now, if I'm able to be there, if it's accessible to the public, if I'm able to walk in there, then I can record it.
Yeah, there are
Anywhere
limitations
publicly,
on what we
I
can and can't do.
I can record it. There is no gray area on that. That is what the law says.
I appreciate your interpretation, but again, from my experience as well as our legal unit who I just consulted with, based on the premise that the post office property is not a typical public forum wherein
But it is public. Not typical, but it is public.
Yeah, not a typical public forum wherein you would create news media, which you guys are doing now.
Well,
So he's asked you to leave.
You can't determine what is
Somebody has
newsworthy or
to ask him
not.
over time.
And I'm just gonna ask you guys to leave because you guys are disturbing, like I said, disturbing our process, our work process, and
You guys,
can't do that.
your representative opted for that, by the way. We said not a word.
So
I would suggest you go back and review your cameras.
And we would like this
We
to
say
be,
not a
we would
word.
like this to be permanent.
June 13th, 2018, Phoenix, Arizona. A First Amendment auditor enters a post office to test public recording rights. What begins as a calm police interaction quickly escalates when a supervisor claims the property is not a public forum, leading to a direct ID demand and a potential criminal trespass
Permanent.
charge.
Like,
Oh, absolutely
guys,
not, man.
This is
Absolutely
still
not.
the route now.
Absolutely not. This is
Okay, so
Grant L.
gentlemen,
Mosby,
we're gonna have to ask you to leave
from
now.
the
He's
post
asked you
office.
twice, and we've explained to you.
Because this has now been moved over towards the criminal side, I need your guys' identifications, please. And am I charged with?
Hey, I'm
He is
getting
now
ready to leave. I was just
trespassing
waiting
you
for
guys
this
for-
conversation.
Oh, you gotta
We haven't been given
You gotta
the
leave right now.
opportunity. We're
You've
still
been
in
given
conversation.
ample opportunity.
I understand that.
Yeah, I was
But
only
you
standing
need to
here
leave
for
right
the
now.
end of this conversation.
Before I do choose
At that
whether or
point,
not to
then
leave,
you're gonna be trespassing, and then we
may I
have.
show you the poster set? I have taken pictures, so I don't need to testify.
I understand that, but again, that falls
we choose
into
not
the
to leave,
criminal,
what's gonna
that falls into the civil
You'll be
side
subject to
in
arrest.
there,
Subject to
within the court system. Okay.
All right, guys. Well, you guys heard that. This is Officer, actually Lieutenant
Here.
Pierce. Badge
Serial number 6173.
173, and then we have CA De Leon. Thank you for your professionalism. 6249.
Okay, thank you.
We don't mind stickers.
Centers on public forum doctrine and federal regulations. Under Poster 7 of the U.S. Postal Service, photography for news purposes is generally allowed in publicly accessible areas. The auditor relies on this and the 2010 DHS memo supporting public recording. However, police argue the post office is a non-public forum, allowing restrictions and enforcement of trespass after a lawful order to leave. Key issue: whether refusal to leave creates probable cause for ID demand. Final assessment: police conduct B-, citizen conduct A-.
He just stepped behind the wall. You can probably see him now. He's trying to figure out where to stand. Oh, look at this lady. She's on the phone. Here comes the call. Who's on the phone? This lady in the desk right here. Seeing her rolling around. She was just on the phone looking out this way.
They're confused. Like, what is happening? That can't be legal. I didn't give my consent.
I'm just going out of your apartment and get you all our filming or something like that.
Courthouse. Oh, too bad.
Hey,
Oh, they've got like blinds pulled.
go stand at the.
Go stand in the garden. That was fucking great. Yeah, they've got like blinds pulled down and all these.
It's your garden. Go stand in the garden.
May 31st, 2018, Denver, Colorado. A First Amendment auditor tests filming rights outside a courthouse. At first, everything seems quiet until courthouse staff begin making calls. Blinds start closing and law enforcement slowly arrives. No confrontation, just rising pressure. The question is, where are the legal boundaries?
This cop's got pink handcuffs too, Shane. Snowflake alert, guys. You live by chance?
Nope.
Where'd those other two go? Oh, walk of shame, guys. I'll go 4 of them back inside.
This situation involves courthouse security rules and First Amendment protections. Public sidewalks and exterior areas are generally considered traditional public forums, where recording is protected. However, courthouses often enforce stricter security zones, especially near entrances and screening areas. The auditor appears to remain outside restricted zones, avoiding metal detectors and secure entry points, which strengthens their legal position. Police presence alone does not establish a violation. Final assessment. Police conduct, B. Citizen conduct, A.
Just sitting here minding my business, not doing anything.
You got any credentials?
I'm not going to provide that, just because of a call. Brunville, Texas.
You told her that you're a correct?
Yeah, that's what I told her.
Okay. Do you have any credentials?
Yeah, but I don't want to provide that right now.
Why not?
Huh?
Why not?
Because it's optional, and I just don't want to provide it right now.
What's that?
Because it's optional.
If you're you have to provide credentials to what you're going on, and you have to report it to the dispatch center that you're out here.
No, but I didn't tell you that I was. Told her I was. I'm not telling you that I'm one.
Well, this is private property, you know.
This what is private property?
What is private property?
This roadway here?
This road is private property.
How is this road private property?
Because it is. It's a development. It's run by the HOA.
Where's the signs that says private property? There's no signs that says trespassing there. There's a public street, and there's no signs that says private parking there or private property. There's absolutely no signs. There's none.
There actually is, probably out in the main entrance.
Where?
So I actually know where the HOA person lives.
Well, over there is probably private property, but not here.
This is a private property road.
This is not a private property road.
Is,
this
sir.
is accessible from the public. That's a public street there.
It might be accessed from the public, but this is private property.
Well, no one asked me
This is an HOA run development.
No one asked me to leave. Hey, can I have your name, please?
Yeah, it's Officer Shockley.
Officer Shockley and Officer Bullock.
Oh, can I get a badge number?
1098.
Can I get a badge number?
1082.
1082, okay. Yeah. So even if it's private property, the owner has to ask me to leave, and this is a public street. Okay. I already did a GIS survey. I already did it.
Investigator, we can also remain out here until you're completed your investigation. So
it's a free country. I mean,
you're right.
Of course. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I'm not gonna.
What she's worried about, she has a child that's out here, and people abduct kids.
But did she accuse me of
about that?
Did she accuse me of abducting anyone?
No, but she's worried about it. It's a safety.
I'm worried about a lot of things too, but I don't be calling the cops on people for every little issue. If there's no crime, unless there's a crime, right?
You're right. Yeah.
Well, your tag doesn't come back to anything, so I'm going to be running everything else.
So, if you don't mind me asking, what are you investigating?
Huh?
What are you investigating? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I just don't like to identify just because someone calls. You understand that? I just don't like to identify just because someone called. Brunville, Texas State, absent RAS. There's no probable cause for you guys to get my information. And that's the reason why I don't want to call. I know he's going to probably want some retribution because I know my rights. But I'm not asking that lady to identify. I gave her a courtesy of telling her what I'm doing here when she approached me, and I thought that was the end of it, but apparently not. I didn't have to. I could have stayed silent and not say a single word, right? And it's my right not to identify.
Why she's concerned?
I have a lot of concerns too, but if I'm not breaking the law, right? Should I identify? Should I just give up my Fourth Amendment rights?
Well, no one's asked you for your information.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
That officer did.
Well, you don't have to give it to him.
I know, but you heard what he said just now.
What?
I have your tags. I'm going to run your information. I'm going to run everything. Just because I invoked my rights. You think that's fair? I'm not doing
I mean,
anything
you're parked
wrong.
on a public street.
Yeah. A lot of people park in a public street. That car is parked in a public street.
So, you're right. It's a public roadway.
May 16th, 2024. A man sits quietly in his car on what appears to be public street. But after a neighbor calls the police, everything changes. Officers demand identification, claim it's private property, and even suggest they could pull him out of the vehicle. The problem? No crime has been committed.
So what you'll need to do, and here's the problem. This is a private roadway, but the only thing is what he's saying. If the HOA has signs up saying that it's private property,
yeah,
or soliciting, we actually, if we had that up there and signs were on there, we could actually pull them out of the car and lock them up, criminal trespass.
They can't do that. You'd have to give me the opportunity to leave.
We don't have the signs up there. There's nothing that we can do to take action right now.
Mom, let me tell you how trespassing works. You'd have to give me the opportunity to leave, okay?
Exactly.
And he said he would pull me out the car. You see what?
No, I exactly said.
You see what happens?
We would have to give you the chance to leave.
You see what happened? No, he didn't. What was his words exactly? We could have pulled him out of the car.
Let me.
But I'm just saying, you see why you don't call cops? Because ignorance is bliss, and people like this cause harm to innocent people like me who are doing nothing wrong by pulling me out. And I will sue their department from now till to the end of time, okay? Especially him.
I misstated the term, okay? What I said, we would make contact with you, okay? And then if you refused to leave.
This case involves Fourth Amendment protections and trespass law. In most states, including Delaware, private property must be clearly marked to enforce trespass. Without signage or a direct order to leave from the property owner, enforcement becomes legally weak. Police may conduct a consensual encounter, but without reasonable suspicion of a crime, they cannot compel identification. The officer's statement about forcibly removing the individual raises serious constitutional concerns. Final assessment. Police conduct, C. Citizen conduct,
What are you filming for? Oh, I'm out here filming. I'm stress testing the First Amendment right to record in public here today.
Gotcha. Okay, just to make sure. Okay. You get people's rights to be on camera? Is that going to be video on any kind of YouTube or anything?
Oh, I'm not sure yet.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Did you ask people's rights to be on camera?
Did I ask people's rights to be on camera?
Right to be on camera, but if you publish it, don't you have to get people's rights to be in the video?
No.
You don't?
No.
So you're just filming this church?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You have to worry about that because sometimes people film and then they want to attack the church or do something later, you know. I'm more worried about that, quite frankly.
Really?
Yeah.
So does that happen often?
Well, has churches ever been shot up?
Well, no, I'm just asking.
Yeah, it happens. It happens, right?
So you're telling me that the most logical thing before that happens is somebody's coming out, filming very outright on a public sidewalk?
Yeah,
wow.
To make sure. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm sorry that your mind works like that, man. I'm sorry the world has turned your mind into that.
Well, you know, I'm in law enforcement, so.
Oh.
So you know.
Well, do you understand the Constitution?
Sure, I totally understand.
Do you support the Constitution?
Absolutely.
Sweet. Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. All day.
All right.
All day.
So you should know then in public, I have the right to do exactly what I'm doing.
You absolutely do. But you're creepy for doing it.
I'm creepy for doing it.
Absolutely.
All right, well, you're creepy for coming up to strangers. Didn't your mom ever teach you that? Don't talk to strangers?
Nah, you're just trying to...
December 17th, 2024, Sutton, Massachusetts. A First Amendment auditor films outside a church to test public recording rights. What starts as a simple interaction with a concerned citizen quickly escalates, and when police arrive, the situation takes an unexpected turn.
But you seem like a pretty educated guy.
If the public has the right of access to it, then it's not private. He was saying that's just a sidewalk, but
right.
If you really wanted to, you can go in there and record them, but...
Well, I mean, it's a private business. It's owned by somebody.
But the public has the right of access to it, so it's considered public.
So you're telling me that I could go into a Walmart and start recording?
Correct.
Yes?
It's a public place.
So you're telling me they can't trespass me because they're open to the public?
They could probably trespass you if you're like causing a disturbance and stuff.
Man, you need to sharpen up your skills there, brother. You need to sharpen up your skills there, brother.
Why is that?
Well, because this is a private business, so is Walmart. If they want me trespassed, it doesn't matter if I'm wearing a red shirt and their colors are blue. They can kick me out for it. That's why I stay on the public access way, man.
Okay.
So you need to sharpen up.
Okay.
What you said your badge number was what? Sorry.
S38.
S38. Sweet.
Liriano.
Sweet. Thanks.
Good.
All good, man.
Have a good day.
You too.
This case highlights First Amendment rights and private property law. Filming from a public sidewalk is generally protected under the Constitution. However, private property owners, including churches and businesses, can lawfully trespass individuals regardless of behavior. The officer's statement suggesting all publicly accessible areas are automatically public property is legally inaccurate. The auditor correctly distinguishes between public access and private ownership. Final assessment: police conduct, C+, citizen conduct, B+.